What's up, y'all? A lot of y'all have been asking, how do you achieve thick locks? How do you get your locks to look juicy and luxurious? Well, I'm going to break it down to you in this episode of Carmen Tries. We're going to talk about your hair texture, what products you should use, and how often you should retwist. So keep it locked. A couple of you guys have been asking me, how do I get my locks to look thick? And we're going to get into all of those things. This is my first video where I'm actually going into detail about how I keep my locks up and how I maintain them so that they are thick. First of all, I knew when I first started my locks that I wanted them to be thick. So I already had that in my brain that I wanted really thick looking, like I wanted to go for the Lauryn Hill type of thickness, where it's just like when it gets crazy and frizzy, it'll look really, really gorgeous and almost like a lion's mane type of thing. And I know a lot of you guys are going or looking to have your locks look similar to that type of thick, luxurious look. So the first thing that you need to think about, and I hate to say it, but it does have a lot to do with your texture, the type of texture of hair that you have. I believe my hair is like a 4C. Maybe it's thick and spongy, like really African roots hair. I don't think that my grade of hair is, it can get straight sometimes. I've actually had relaxers, a lot of relaxers in my past growing up, and I went natural and then I went and did my locks. So it definitely, I don't know how much percentage of that has to do with your texture. I'm going off of my hair and then some of the folks' hair that I've done retwisted, and they get their locks maintenance by me as well. So the stuff that I'm doing seems to be working in order to achieve a thicker lock look, or however you say that. Just to give y'all some context, I stuck some photos of before and after of me and my best friend. You can really see the difference in how thick they got versus when we started. The next thing is, how often do you retwist? For me, I retwist maybe once a month, give or take, maybe longer than a month. While I was doing research and when I started my locks, I was told that you don't want to retwist often if you are trying to achieve thick locks, because what happens is your hair tells a story. So if you're retwisting often, then it's probably going to number one, put strain on your locks. Number two, if you see when you retwist your hair, you see that it takes away, just right there where I just retwisted just to kind of show you guys. If you're retwisting often, then that's how thin your locks is going to be. So you want to go a month, maybe a little bit more before you start retwisting the whole thing. And another note, when you are retwisting your hair, if you are using a comb, you want to make sure you are gently separating your parts, not tugging or you're trying to avoid breaking your hair when you're tidying up the parts with your locks. If you find yourself snagging way too much, then that might be why your locks is not maturing to the thickness that you want it to be, because you're snatching hair from your locks and that's causing it to be thin. Another thing that I do, and what I notice, is that when I first started my locks, I was really afraid to condition my hair. And what I learned was with my hair texture, it was completely fine to condition my hair because that did not stop my hair from locking. Matter of fact, when I conditioned my hair, it actually gave me the texture that I really wanted with my locks, that I was going for. It gave it like this bounce to it, some body when I deep conditioned my locks. What you want to make sure though when you are deep conditioning is that you rinse it completely, because you do not want to get products trapped in your hair. That's a bad deal, because then you'll have a whole bunch of buildup. So it's not the easiest to rinse all of the deep conditioner out your hair, but you'll find that if you're deep conditioning, meaning you're using a deep conditioner and sitting underneath the dryer for at least 15 minutes with that conditioner, then you are going to find that maintaining your hair that way is going to give your locks that shine. It's going to make your hair give it some body as well when you deep condition it. And that's what I find. Like, I love the feeling of my locks after a really good deep condition, TLC, tender loving care maintenance that I give to my locks. I tell everybody this. Everyone who asks me what I put in my hair, what I use in my locks, I do not use any products other than water. I've used rose water a couple of times, but I find that it's unnecessary to purchase rose water when you could just use water and it gives it that same moisture if you are spraying your locks consistently. And then shampoo that I use, I love to go with a shampoo that has tea tree in it. And here's why. Because I do use deep conditioning in my hair, essential oil, tea tree, it actually helps to break down any bacteria, helps with restoring your hair's purity. From what I know about tea tree, it's also an antioxidant too. So I love having a shampoo that has that essential oil in it that can get deep inside of my locks, because if you have locks, there is stuff that can get trapped in there. So you want to make sure that you are using products or using a shampoo that can get in your locks, like get any filth, any stuff that's trapped inside of your locks out. As I was telling you guys, I love my hair after I deep condition it. I actually pick up these, it's called hair mayonnaise, and I'll buy a whole bunch of them. You can buy them in bulk off of Amazon, and I'll pop the link in the comments for you guys so you can go ahead and get it. But I buy it in bulk, and because my hair is very thick, I have to use like 2 to 3 packs on my hair, and I just go through, and it's such a great self-care moment, like me in my bathroom just massaging the deep conditioner all over my hair. And I try to like put a lot of it in there too, because I know my hair drinks any type of moisturizer that I put on it. And then I'll go and I'll sit underneath the dryer for about 15 minutes, and then I'll rinse it all out. And those days where I'm doing my locks, you can find me in my bathroom for hours, just doing some self-care and really taking the time and being gentle with caring on my locks. Another thing that I do that I think helped me achieve thick locks is that I do not palm roll. I will literally just twist the very top of my locks like I was showing you guys, twist right here. I literally just twist to one point and put a pin in it when I do my locks myself. I retwist my own locks. So I do that because on my journey in researching, a lot of people were saying that the way that they think that they achieve thicker locks is that they did not palm roll. And to me, that makes sense, because think about what you're doing when you are palm rolling your locks. You're literally doing this, which, if you see, is thinning out that piece, and over time, like, it's condensing your hair. So to me, that really makes sense. I know a lot of people do palm rolls to decrease the frizz that they get from bed hair, or however people get frizz. It's just natural, especially if you have locks. But I think I came up with a couple of ways that you can decrease your frizz without palm rolling that that work for me, and I'll make a video on that. It'll probably be a short video where you can find details on how to decrease your frizz without using palm rolling method to retwist your hair. Another reason why I think my hair turned out thicker than maybe a lot of people that start their locks is that I wore a bonnet every single night. When I first started my locks, I wore a bonnet every single night. I would literally, if I'm up and I take my bonnet off downstairs and forget to bring it upstairs, I would have to get up in the middle of the night and go get that bonnet from downstairs, because I knew that if I didn't wear my bonnet, then it exposes my hair to the tear from sleeping and rolling around in bed. And that, like I said, that helps with reducing your frizz as well, making sure that you're being gentle with your locks and caring about them in a way where you are mindful that anything can snatch away strands from these things. They're not invincible. So knowing that any little thing could damage or tear my locks really stuck in my mind. So I made sure I wore a bonnet every night. Now that my locks are more mature, I'm not as crazy about putting a bonnet on at night, but I do have a satin pillow cover, so that if I don't have my bonnet on, then I feel my mind is at ease, because I have a satin pillowcase and I'm not worried about my hair tearing or snagging on my cotton pillowcase or my cotton sheets or anything like that. That was pretty much it, guys. The couple of elements that we talked about in this video was your texture. Really understand what your texture is like, and do some research on what other people that have your similar texture, see what, what they're using, or see if they've got any success with thicker locks. I would recommend researching that. And then make sure that you are not over retwisting your hair. Make sure that you're being gentle and careful with your locks. Deep conditioning makes it look juicy. It gives it a juicy look because it gives it a little bit of shine. Your hair looks very much cared for when you do deep condition your locks. Products, I don't know how much to say this. Like, I feel like the reason why my locks are looking as healthy as they do is because I did not use a whole lot of products. Only water to retwist. You don't need gel in the back. If you're going to use edge control or jam, any of those products, you could use it in the front just to kind of give your hair the fresh look, but you don't need it everywhere else. Just literally the first row of your hair is fine. Your hair is going to look so good, and you don't have to put gel on every single lock. I'm telling you now, that's going to be very helpful for you if you do not want the built up look where your hair looks really dirty in certain places. It comes from gel and putting all that gunk and junk in your hair. Avoid palm rolling if you're trying to get your locks thicker. And some people may say, oh, my hair is thick and I palm roll, and that might work for some people. I'm just saying what worked for me. I do not palm roll, and I don't feel like I need to palm roll. My hair, the frizz in my hair doesn't bother me. It actually gives it a more natural look. That's it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you so much. Y'all, I have reached 100 subscribers, and it's all thanks to you. I cannot believe that I started this channel about 3 weeks ago and we already hit 100 subscribers. So I'm just excited about the future of Carmen Tries. And if you haven't subscribed, please make sure to hit the like button on this video and boop the bell and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more. It really helps me out, and it lets me know that you guys are enjoying the content. And the more you guys enjoy it, the more that I can give and feel really good about giving the time and effort that it takes to put into these videos, to edit them. So, peace.